Hey guys, how you doing? Hope everything is well. Everything is good with me. Y'all, I did just hear a story either 2 or 3 days ago about the nurse in Virginia that was hurting newborn babies. She was literally breaking their bones. So they bring it now, it's coming to light. Because I don't know if I was like the first one or whatever the case may be, but I didn't see it on any other thing. But Nancy Grace last night, she, weighed in on it, and she was going off, like, for real. Like, this is just so unacceptable. Now, my thing is this here. Check this out here. The father's last name is Hackey. His name is Dominique Hackey. So, when Dominique and his wife gave birth, their baby was premature. They had twins. One of the babies was premature, right? So, and one was a little stronger than the other. It usually be that way. One is the real strong one. One is the one that's not. So, when she gave birth, they did not let Miss Hackey hold her baby, right? Now keep that in mind. They did not let Miss Hackey hold the baby because the baby was immature and she was, in the NIC unit. So now, Mr. Hackey said when they had came back up to the hospital, that's when they said one of the nurses, or I think it was a nurse, one of the nurses seen that one of the babies, just out of his two legs, one of the legs was a different color. Right. One of the baby legs was a different color. So, and the baby was crying. But when the baby was crying, you know how babies are. They cry and they kick their little legs, like they say. That's just the way they do. But his leg was not moving. I don't even know how, they even caught that. That was brilliant, but I don't even know how they caught that. But they said the leg wasn't moving. And plus they said the discoloration of the skin of the baby. Come to find out that his baby, him and his wife's baby, Mr. and Mrs. Hackey baby, leg was broken. Now, they was speaking to an expert on, bones being broken, a pediatrician, stuff like that. Like, how could a baby, like, bones be broken like that without anybody detecting this here? Do you know this man said, I'm serious, y'all. He said it's like breaking a broomstick over your leg. You know how you just take a stick. I can't do my leg. I know my leg. Listen, breaking, a broomstick. Now, a broomstick. He didn't say a little stick. He said a broomstick. I'm sorry, y'all. I don't know if I can break a broomstick over my leg. I'm just saying, like, I can't do it because broomstick is strong. I'm not saying I can't do it. I never tried it, but I don't think I can do that. Like, break that. But what I'm saying is, you mean to tell me this evil ass woman gave that much force to break this baby's leg? Wait for it, y'all. Ribs was being broken. The baby ribs was broken, y'all. Mm-hmm. So, where I'm confused at, I know I had my children years ago, but these days they have cameras. Just because, of stuff like this happening and of people walking in off the street that may try to take a baby or something like that. There is cameras in there. There have to be. There has to be cameras there. So you mean to tell me that this evil ass woman took this baby leg. I'm only going by what homeboy said last night. He said it's like breaking a broomstick over your leg. So I can't even imagine this woman putting this much force on an infant, and not even that, a premature infant. And then what about the ribs? What what's she doing, bro? Like for real. So I'm trying to picture in my head, like what this nut was doing. So when you walk past the babies, what kind of force did you have to give to break his ribs? So they did speak to the doctor last night. You know, he's a professional, and he was saying it is really hard to break baby ribs. hmm He said it's very, very hard to break a baby rib. Like they said it for real. Like I'm sorry, y'all. I know it's kind of, you know, what I'm saying is really. I should have warned y'all from the beginning. It is kind of graphic. You know what I'm saying. You know, like, you know, it's really hard. You know, to say this. I should have warned you from the beginning. But this just got me like really upset. You know what I'm saying? Because to me, they're not taking this here to me more serious than they should be. I'm gonna be real with you. Like for real. To me, they're not taking it more serious than they're supposed to be. Now let's get back to the rib breaking. So now a baby is in the neck. So I'm telling you, there's cameras there. I'm telling you. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. There's cameras there. So did she pick the baby up, or did she? The baby still was laying down, and she took her hand as forcefully and just to the rib cage and just broke them. And the sad part, all of this is sad, but the saddest part is these was babies that were so helpless. You cannot even understand, like, if the baby is crying, like I said before, because he's hungry, or because he's wet, or just because he just want to be patted. This baby is crying because he had gotten abused by a damn demon that they got walking around this damn hospital. And I cannot say that they were all black babies. I'm not 100% sure, but they were saying, like, I think they were all black babies. And to me, they're not taking this seriously. I'm serious. I'm blown away by this happening, and how she just, you know, and you know what they said so far, it was like 7 babies. They don't really know. They don't really know. There's no way. Oh wait, y'all, I'm jumping. I'm sorry, y'all. Let's go back some more to Mrs. and Mrs. Hackey. I told y'all when Mr. and Mr. Hackey had the baby, they did not let her hold the baby. I'm sorry for jumping, y'all. Excuse me. Y'all, I'm still sick, child. Y'all know. Whew. And now my throat is messed up. Let's get back to this anyway. So now they did not let Mr. and Mrs. Hackey hold the baby, right? Well, check this out. When they found out that the baby leg was fractured or fractured, do you know what they said to Mr. Hackey and Mrs. Hackey? You want to hold the baby? They asked Mr. and Mrs. Hackey, do they want to hold their baby? You wouldn't let her hold a baby from the beginning, but now that her leg is fractured and broken, you want her to hold the baby. I am so glad that Mr. Hackey and Mrs. Hackey said, hell no. That's their baby. It wasn't even like that. They said no. Why would you want me to hold my baby and his whole leg is fractured? Are you dumb? Are you trying to be slick? Are you trying to say the last person would have held it would have been us? Excuse me, y'all. 1 second. Yeah, so what you would have been like? The last person hold the baby would have been us. You didn't give us the baby before. You said that we couldn't hold the baby. So now that the baby is hurt, all of a sudden, now you want us to hold the baby. He was like, no, no thank you. We good. They called what they supposed to do. They did the right thing. They really did. I'm telling you, they did the right thing, y'all. They called CPS. They called the police. They did the right thing. Because if you think that any mother and father is going to just be like, oh, it could have happened because of such and such. They said this did not happen because Miss Hackey was having the baby. You know, they said it is common. It is common maybe for, you know, the up here, like the shoulder, or maybe, you know, they said the shoulder, or I think like this, like this part, just like really like, cause you know when the baby come out, that's the way they come out. They sometimes the babies are bigger than they, you know, big old babies, you know, and they arm may get a little, you know, hurt or whatever like this. But this wasn't the situation. This was the baby's leg, and the whole thing is they don't even know when this happened. They don't know exactly. Only way they would know exactly that this happened is that they would have to pull the cameras. I'm telling you right now, they have cameras there. I'm telling you, they have to. If they don't have cameras there, I don't even know what to say. They have to have cameras there. And you know what I'm saying? Like, and I don't understand, like, this nurse kept playing herself and kept going in the room, targeting, you know, black babies. Like, I don't know what the problem was, but you know what I'm saying? Like, she's the devil, y'all. She's the devil for real. I hate to say that. She is the devil. I never even heard it for little innocent babies that can't even protect themselves. I'm just picturing it in my mind. I'm trying not to just say, like, you know, that this woman coming inside this NIC unit and clenching her hand and pushing down on a innocent little couple of day old baby and breaking their ribs. Then the doctor, he said, for the baby leg to be broken like that, it's like breaking a stick over your leg. Which I don't really think so. I don't think that it needs that much force, because a baby is so soft. You understand? And I don't think it would take that much to hurt a child, you know, hurt an infant like that. You know what I'm saying? I don't know what. Maybe he knows better than me. He's a doctor. Listen, he's a doctor, so I cannot say that. You know what I'm saying? I'm just saying me myself. You know, to me, I think it would be, you know, not that hard as a broomstick. I don't know why he used a broomstick. That's like that fucking crazy. Because I'm gonna be real with you. I cannot bring a broomstick over my leg, and I ain't trying to do that. You know what I'm saying? Like, a broomstick over my leg, like a real broomstick, a cheap broomstick, maybe not a real broomstick. Like, no. But anyway, y'all, this got me crazy. Like, I'm just so dumbfounded that, you know, this happened, and I want everybody to spread this. You know what I'm saying? Because this nurse, she has to go down. She is. I don't even know what she is. Is she the devil? I don't understand. Like, y'all, let me just read something for y'all. I did this the other day when it broke, and I saw Nancy Grace last night, and she was, you know, she weighed in on it, and you know how Nancy is, y'all. Excuse me, I got cancer, so you know how Nancy is. Nancy ain't taking no no prisoners. She was going the hell off. she was doing what she's supposed to do, because Nancy was kind of confused too. No, seriously, people is like seriously, people is like freaking like they confused. Like, is she the only nurse that was up there? Like, no other nurse like noticed. And another thing, like, as an infant, and they getting hurt in that manner, they didn't cry. You know what I'm saying? Because really, you don't know, because babies cry. That's what they do. So you probably, like I said, you probably think because they're hungry, or their pamper need to be changed, or they just want to be patted. You don't know. You really don't know. Let's read this here, okay? Because I did this the other day, but we're gonna do it again today, because I really think this lady, they need to follow her footsteps back to wherever the hell she came from, and find out, what her real background is. You know what I'm saying? You know, like, for real. Because this hospital here, it ain't it. Well, let me just show y'all before I even get into here. It's kind of, this is his baby. I'm gonna show you his baby. Just be prepared. The baby is he's in the NIC unit, and he's premature, but he's a gorgeous little baby. Yes, and believe it or not, he has a cast on his leg. A premature baby, because of this dummy. Y'all see the cast? Y'all see the cast? He has a cast. He has a cast on his leg, y'all. Like, for real. Excuse me, y'all. He has a cast on his leg. I'm glad that they did, and figure it out, like, what was wrong with the baby. I'm really, like, I am kind of glad of that. Okay, here we go. They said Dominic Hackett was waiting to cradle his preemie son for the first time when a nurse delivered devastating news. The newborn left leg was fractured. In an instant, Hackey's world shattered. His wife, Tori Hackey, had just been discharged after giving birth to fraternal twins, Masha and Noah. The boys, born in September 2023 at Herrero Doctor Hospital in Richmond, Virginia, are the couple's first children, because they was born at 28 weeks. You know what I'm saying? They was only born at 28 weeks, and God spared them. You know what I'm saying? He spared them. He was like, I got you. You know what I'm saying? But no, we got this devil that's walking around this hospital that's doing some old crazy stuff. Yo, I believe she was doing other stuff too, y'all. I think it's more than just babies. I think she was just lady to be in. I swear. I don't know what to say. Okay, let's keep going. And weighed only about 2 to 3 pounds, respectively. The twins had remained in the NIC unit, intensive care, with Michelle Bailey hanging on. Hackey said, and now 7 days after the birth, the healthy twins, twins' leg was bruised and broken, he said. But he did not know that. Remember, he didn't know that. He did not know that the baby leg was broken, because he just did not know. It was because of the discoloration of the two legs was dead. They was like, oh, what the hell? So they had thought, like, how you give a baby a needle, and that's what made them, they was saying the most, y'all. They was just trying to get out of this here. They didn't know what to say, so they was just making up shit. Okay. It said, okay, I'm a first-time parent. I had no background in medical field. You're telling me that my baby has a fracture. How did it happen? They had been scanned before, and they had said something, if anything, had popped up at that time. Out of fear, he would be blamed for the injury. The 33-year-old Hackey said he turned down the offer to hold his son. You see what I'm saying? He turned down to hold his son because they tried to play themselves. They was like, here, hold your baby. Why would he hold his baby when his baby leg is fractured, broken, fractured? You wouldn't let him hold it before, but now you want him to hold the baby now. Hackey was like, no thank you. No, not doing it. Not being mean to his baby or anything like that there, but you know what I'm saying? The hospital tried it, you know what I'm saying? And he knew it. Okay. More than a year later, Hackey and other parents may now be closer to understanding what happened to what happened at the hospital, which had reported a series of mysterious injuries to newborns over the past several years. Police last week arrested a former nurse at the hospital, Erin Elizabeth Ann Stroman, and charged her with malice wounding and felony child abuse in November 2024 incident involving another newborn. Investigators are now looking into a total of 7 potential abuse cases at the hospital. 3 of them in 2024 and 4 in 2023, including Noah, said Shannon Taylor, the Commonwealth attorney for Harrogate County. In a statement last week, Harrogate's Doctor Hospital said it was shocked and saddened by the nurse's arrest and is assisting Harrogate police in their investigation. At the time, we are not admitting new patients to the. They're not letting no babies in the hospital. They see what they said? At the time, we are. Excuse me, y'all. At the time, we are not admitting new patients in our NICU. The hospital added, for babies needing the NICU care, we will assist them stabilize and facilitate a transfer to another appropriate facility once available. They so scared that here we go. They so scared. They like, nah. Because they really don't know what's going on. You know what I'm saying? Like, they just like, this is just crazy. But they don't understand, like, the devil was in the house. Y'all had the devil right here. At Stroman's arraignment Friday, Hackey broke down. I could not stop tearing from flowing. I had a lot of guilt, a lot of regret, and a lot of anger at the hospital. Let it get this far. That's true. That with all these patients whom children was affected, he told the news. My son was one of the first victims. My son felt emotion when no emotion was pain. And as a father, that broke him. And unclear whether Stroman 26 issued a plea at her arraignment. Her attorney Scott declined comment on which reached by the news. Which is crazy, y'all. I'm just so, like, dumbfounded. I want these here parents to come out and say, for real. Like, y'all, I can't hardly move. Shoot, y'all. I want these parents, like, for real. I want these parents to all come out and make sure that they see the video. Like, I'm serious. They have to have cameras in there. I don't care. They gotta have cameras in there. They watching the babies because of certain situations, like people walking in, walking out, even nurses, you know what I'm saying? They have to have cameras in here, and they should demand. Okay, here we go. They said her. Okay, police are reviewing hundreds of hours of hospital surveillance video. Okay. Okay. Go out. Herrego County Police investigators say they are scoring hundreds of hours of surveillance footage from the hospital NICU to determine what happened to 7 newborns. They're only saying 7. So when they look through the video, you might just find more. Mm-hmm. The vet, hopefully not, y'all. God forbid. The incident, okay, the investigation is ongoing and there could be more babies identified. I told y'all. Hopefully not, though. All right. Taylor told the CNN the incident added to an already stressful pregnant and delivery after 2 previous miscarriages. Hackey said the couple chose to have their babies in the hospital because they believe it had the resources to save their children. He said, at one point, he said, there was not sure Michelle would survive due to his health issue, including low fluid before he was born. But Noah appeared to be thriving, and the family was hopeful. Yeah, it's always one baby is a little weaker than the other baby. But guess what? They usually go up to be like the football player and all that stuff. You'd be like, yo, you was only like this big. Now you're a giant, you know? So, you know, just because they're small now doesn't mean anything, you know. Okay. Whew. Okay, let me see my man. At one point, okay, here I go. But Noah appears to be thriving. No, not long after Hackey left the hospital, he called his mother, who director of nursing at a different hospital. She's a director at another hospital. Oh, she know all the ins and outs. Oh my God. Oh my God. I thought, wait a minute there. Let's do me for a loop there. Okay, hold on. Okay. But okay. No longer at Hackey's hospital, he called his mother. She's a director. Noah left. Wait, hold on. She was stunned. He said the hospital had suggested that Noah left tibia. This lady crazy. What's going on, y'all? Let me read this again. Not long after Hackey left the hospital, he called his mother, who's a director of nursing at a different hospital. She was stunned. He said the hospital has suggested that Noah's left tibia, the shunt bone between the knee and the ankle. What the lady. Oh my God. May have been fractured while a nurse was administering an injection, he said. When you heard about that, y'all? When do a baby's tibia between the ankle and that be broken, fractured because you gave him a little needle? His mother set the couple down and showed them how nurses administer shots to preemies to highlight the likelihood of broken bones. Hackey's mother then called Child Protective Services, on their behalf and reported the case. The hospital launched an investigation but closed it weeks later after concluding the fracture was likely the result of the. Yeah, they played in our face, y'all. They're literally playing in our face. Was likely of an injection. So why your leg was broke? Why the ribs is broke? Boy, boy. Okay. Okay. They said he reported everything. The hospital launched an investigation after weeks included the fracture was likely because of injection, he said. In January 2024, Henrico County Police reached out to Hackey's family and noticed that the case was closed. The police spokesman declined to comment, saying that they could not provide specified due to the ongoing investigation. We understand the feelings and emotions this investigation had generated in our community members and beyond. Excuse me, said Eric E. English, chief of Henrico Police, in a statement. We kindly request patience as our detective work to investigate every piece of evidence in the connection of the case. After Strowman arrest, the hospital issued a statement Friday describing as a former employee and says it will continue to assist law enforcement in their ongoing investigation. We are both shocked and saddened the development in the investigation and focus on continue to care for the patient and providing support to our colleagues who have been deeply and personally impacted, the hospital said. No, the person that is more hurt is the parents and the baby. What do you mean? Y'all wasn't watching if she was there. I know she wasn't the only damn nurse there. The hell? Okay, let's finish. For more than 30 years. Okay, hold on. Okay. We are both shocked. Okay, here we go. They said they giving help for the patient, the workers and all that extra shit. More than 30 years, the NICU Henrico Doctors Hospital was providing necessary and life-saving care to babies Central Virginia and remained focused on ensuring the availability of that care in the community. The hospital referred in media questions and law enforcement. The injured infant, all are boys. The month Hackey said there was silence. In September this year, Child Protective Service sent him a letter informing him it was investigating, revealed that Noah was the victim of abuse at the hospital. A review of the facts shows a what's that? Proponent of the evidence the child abuse negligence occurred, and the letter which he shared with with the news. Last month, Hackey said he was surprised to see news articles about premature born babies injured in the Richmond hospital. One newborn suffered numerous injuries at a different month. To say that we are blessed that our son has sustained one fracture is a crazy sentence, he said. Hackey said the victim included another boy who was a twin, like Noah. In a statement Tuesday, Henrico Police in Flute Ferry shared on social media that all the infant target was black. all the babies that was targeted was black. So sad. The preliminary investigation indicate the information is not fact. Yeah, so they said that Noah is certainly walking, climbing. He's doing the best. Hackey are slowly learning details about what happened to Noah and other children. After speaking with several families who children was allegedly abused in 2022, Hackey said he learned his son was the third of the four victims identified this year. One incident occurred in July, another one in August, and another one in September, including Noah's, he said. The former nurse arrested is not a stranger to the families. Hackey said, adding that he remembered her mostly because of her hairstyle. She wore bangs. He added that he didn't notice anything unusual about her at the time, and neither he did in at neither did the other families he spoke to. When he saw her face, he was he was completely shocked because I didn't realize remember I didn't really remember having an having any conversation with her. He said on the day Stroman was arraigned, some of the families of the alleged victim met for the first time at the courthouse, where they shared tears and hugs. Hackey said they're working to continue to connecting the dots and trying to deal. We have found it easy to heal together than to try to go through it individually, especially because there there are still a lot of missing pieces, and we just kind of had to piece it together ourselves. That is so true. That's true. They said if found guilty, Stroman faces a maximum of 10 years in prison. The 10 years in prison. You intentionally harmed defenseless babies, and you're only going to get 10 freaking years? No way. In prison for the felony charge, abuse charge, up to 20 years for the wounding charges, said Taylor at the Herrero County Commonwealth Attorney. Stroman has so far been formally charged in just one baby case, and investigator continued in other cases. Hackey said the baby's parents was told that investigators had found surveillance footage of the November 2004 incident, which Stroman was arrested, and are combing through the videos for others. Stroman is being held without bail. Yes, ma'am. That's right. Her next court appearance scheduled March 24th. I want her to go to prison for the rest of her life. That's the least she deserved, Hackey said. That is so true. You going to jail. Like, you're going to jail for a very, very long time, my girl. You need to go to jail for 50 years. Because something is mentally wrong with this lady. And when I say this here, I'm not trying to say she crazy. What I'm trying to say is that, well, they said, well, Hackey and them said that it wasn't just black babies. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know, but that's what he said. He said it wasn't just black babies. So I don't know. But just to see this witch do something like this is very heartbreaking. Very, very heartbreaking, y'all. But anyway, y'all, I'm gonna show y'all a short video because This is so sad. We just gonna pray for the babies and pray for the families, y'all. I'm sorry this happened to all these families, you know what I'm saying? And it's probably more out there, you know what I'm saying, that they don't even know. They don't have to go back in these videos. Just don't go back these here months. Do it how long she been in that hospital. And if she came from another hospital, they need to make sure to check that hospital too. Like, for real. This is crazy. All right, y'all, wait for the video, y'all. I'm going to give it to you.
Complaint says the baby that is connected to the charges was 5 months old and received multiple fractures in mid-November of 2024. It then lays out the video evidence that detectives say shows NICU nurse Erin Stropman causing those injuries. As Henrico County detectives continue to comb through video evidence from Henrico Doctors Hospital's NICU, we're learning more about one piece of evidence this criminal complaint filed in Henrico Juvenile and Domestic Relations Court says they have. A video from a baby's room in the NICU dated November 10th of 2024. Now on the video, detectives wrote that NICU nurse Erin Stropman can be seen taking a 5-month-old baby boy's legs and applying pressure to them. From there, she was observed to be placing her weight down on the legs of the baby. She then took both legs and pushed them backwards to where the baby's feet were at his head. The baby looked to be crying and in distress. Detectives say Stropman was then observed moving the baby's right leg, and the leg did not move as freely back and forth as the left leg. The baby was found by the hospital to have a fractured left femur, a fractured right tibia, and multiple rib fractures. Police responded to investigate on November 22nd of last year, 12 days after the video of the alleged abuse was recorded. On January 2nd, police charged Stropman with 2 felonies. Hospital officials say 2 other babies were also found with unexplained fractures in November and December of last year. And that is similar to incidents involving 4 other infants who were being treated at the same NICU in the summer of 2023. The hospital announced it was pausing admissions to the NICU right before Christmas. As CBS 6 previously reported, Stropman was placed on paid administrative leave in 2023 after the hospital conducted an internal investigation into the initial 4 cases. She was not criminally charged back then, and it's unclear when Stropman's suspension ended. Child Protective Services listed the abuser as unknown at that time. Now, this report detailing a 2023 visit by inspectors from the Virginia Department of Health shows the state cited the hospital for failing to promote each patient's rights by not reporting the suspected abuse within 24 hours of having reason to believe that the babies had been abused. When asked about the VDH findings, a spokesperson for HCA sent us a statement that reads in part, "Once we determined that the fractures could have been caused by something other than the development and size of the babies, we reported the fractures to the appropriate authorities, including CPS, and fully assisted in the investigations they launched." Dominique Hackey, the father of one of the infants injured in 2023, told me today that it outrages him that the hospital installed cameras after his baby received a fracture as a way to prevent future babies from getting hurt, and yet he feels like the hospital failed to protect its most vulnerable patients.